Okay, again, as I always say when I start live streams, hopefully this is working. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds to see if people join the stream. Fingers crossed they do. Otherwise, I'm just sat in a room talking to myself. Not a good look. Amazing. We've already got a comment. Thank you very much, Adrian. Could you please let me know, please, that's if this is all right, if you can see me and hear me, because both of those things are pretty important. So if you could please let me know in the comments, please, if you can see and hear me okay. All being well, you will be able to. This is the nerve-wracking bit. It looks as though we've got people watching us, so that's good. And again, hi everyone. Hi Joanne. Hi Siebel. Hi Dave. Hi Martin. Excellent. It's always a relief. Trust me, when you're doing something like this, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking, so it's always a relief to know that it's working. If I could also ask you, I'm going to ask this a few times throughout the stream, but it'd be a massive help if you don't mind. If you don't mind hitting the like button just below the video, because that gets the video pushed out to more people, so I'd really appreciate that, please. Hi Joe. Excellent. All the way from Texas. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Hi, Carl. Hi, Mateus. Hi, Steve. Everyone is coming through loud and clear. Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining. So, yeah, again, if it could just hit the like button, please, that would be amazing. And please let me know in the comments where you're from. That would be cool, because I think already it looks like we've got people for joining us from all over the world, which is always mind-blowing and just crazy, crazy. Today's stream is going to be, well, it's going to be a bit of a first for me, as I'm going to explain in a second, but I'm really excited for it because I'm going to attempt, well, it will work, it will. We're going to be joined in an hour by my good friend and fellow MagMod ambassador, amazing, amazing photographer, Arno de Bruijn. Now, some of you may be aware of Arno's work, but those that aren't, then when you watch him, you'll soon become aware of it, and I'm sure you'll start following him. I'm going to talk about that a little bit in a second, but yeah, his work is amazing. And what he's going to very, very kindly do for us is show us some of his favorite images and how he's created those images, which is going to be really, really exciting. He's someone who I've admired for a long time, and his creative photographs are just incredible. And I say, not only will we see those creative photographs, but we're going to see the behind the scenes of how he's done that as well. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, and that's going to be, in fact, I'm going to put on the Arno countdown. He's going to be joining us in 56 minutes and 35 seconds to be exact. So yeah, that's going to be really, really cool. But in the meantime, I'm going to be answering questions. I've already had a few questions sent in to me on Instagram, which I'm going to talk through and answer. So, but in the meantime, if you do have any other questions, please let me know in the chat. That would be cool. Who else we got here? Hi, Paras. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, so the first thing I want to say, and this is really like important to me to say because it's really heartfelt, which is this is the name of this stream is 30,000 thank yous, and that's what I want the stream to be about. When I set my YouTube channel up, coming up for, well, more or less exactly 3 years ago now, I had no idea that what it would become, and B, I certainly had no idea that it would get so many people interested. It's crazy to me, really crazy that so many people tune in and watch my videos, and it's something that I'm really grateful for. So the first thing I want to say is a big, big heartfelt thank you from me for either subscribing to my channel, for watching my videos, for leaving a like on my videos. It all means so much because this does not come naturally to me. Although I'm sat here now, you know, talking into a microphone and talking to a lot of people, it is not natural. You can probably tell the way I'm squirming in my chair. It doesn't come naturally at all. But one of the reasons I love doing it is, one, I love making the content, but I also love knowing that people watch. So it's a two-way thing. The fact that you're watching my content makes you want to make more content. So you're definitely helping me to hopefully help me help you. So it works both ways, as I say, and I'm really, really grateful. So a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel to make up that 30,000. I'm assuming that most of you watching this are part of that. So again, thank you very, very much. It's very, very kind of you. And I also want to talk a little bit about how I started the channel and how it came about, because I think when most people start YouTube, they probably think, right, I want to make a YouTube channel. I want to do this. I want to do that. That was not the case for me. I was in a group, and many of you probably, in fact, you could all let me know like how you first either heard of me or came across the channel, because in the comments, that'd be really cool. Thank you. Because I suspect that many of you have probably first found out about me and my work through the MagMod community group on Facebook. And I've got an awful lot to thank that community for, because the reason that I started making YouTube videos in the first place was nothing to do with being in front of the camera. It was basically just because I got into the habit of posting pictures in the MagMod community. And if those of you that aren't aware of it, the MagMod community is a Facebook group on Facebook, which is made up of lots and lots of people who are really interested in off-camera flash, and in particular using MagMod products to create those images. And I've loved being a part of that group. It's a really helpful, supportive group, even though it's quite large. But there's just really good sort of atmosphere in there. And I used to post in there just little photographs, and then people would say, "How did you take this photograph?" And this was before like I'd even got into like showing behind the scenes or anything. So I thought, rather than explaining everything, I'll just make a little video, just try and make it a bit easier, and I'll talk over that video. No intention of showing my face at that point, not at all. But thought I'd just make a little video. Then it's like, where should I post it? Do I post it on Vimeo? Don't really have a Vimeo account. I'll just set up a YouTube account. And all that YouTube account was meant for was for me to be able to post a little behind the scenes video in the MagMod community. I had no idea at that point about YouTube. I thought YouTube was just a place where you search for funny cat videos and find out how you fix the leaky tap, that sort of thing. So I posted the video in there, and then a couple of days later I thought, oh, people are subscribing. I didn't even know what that was. I can't tell you enough, honestly, how YouTube for me was just a place to post a video that was meant for the MagMod community. And then I thought, oh, people are leaving comments. I'll make another one. And I'll make another one. Now, at that point, those videos were just me talking over RAW files and JPEGs. So I didn't dare to show my face. It was like, that was way, way too scary back then. So I thought, right, I'm just going to just like do this and just show a little bit behind the scenes. But people started leaving really nice comments and started subscribing. And I started to look into YouTube a bit more and thought, what could this be? And it grew from there, basically. So when I started that channel, I had no intention of it ever growing into what it has become. And it's only through people watching those videos and leaving comments and subscribing that I started to see a little bit of potential. And then I started to get a little bit more confident. But one of the things I wanted to show you, in case, I mean, some of you may have seen this video. It just, if the technology works, this. Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is me in one of my first videos. I'll notice how I'm not even daring to look at the camera. I'm so unused to this. You'll see that my eyes will wander. It's like, none of it was natural. I look like a scared puppy, and that's still how it feels. But I've slowly got more used to it. And I say I've now got to a point where I really enjoy it, and it's like a big part of my business now. But I wanted to say again that it only grew into this because of the kind comments and because people were taking interest in my videos. If nobody had watched back then, I don't think I would have ever given myself a chance to make other videos and find out how much I liked it, because I wouldn't have seen the point. So that is why I want to thank everyone for subscribing over the years and leaving all those kind comments. I promise you, if it wasn't for that, I would have had no intention of starting up a channel. So again, a big heartfelt thank you from me for subscribing. It really does mean a lot. Just looking at the comments. Thank you, Joanne. It's good to know that I'm sometimes found through the algorithm. That's always kind to know. Thank you. Yeah, same for Paras. That's really good. Oh, and Siebel as well. Excellent. Thank you. So, yeah, it's good to know that I'm found through there. But I say, certainly originally, I would say, of my first, say, 1,000 subscribers, I'm imagining that a good half of those would have come from the MagMod community, which is why, again, I always want to give a shout out to the MagMod community and to MagMod themselves, who have been a huge, huge support for me, and they've really encouraged me. It's so good to be associated with a company that I really, really believe in. And thank you to MagMod. They've always been amazing. So that really means a lot. So again, let me just tell you a little bit about this stream. So I'm going to be showing you in a second some photographs. I'm going to, and the reason I'm going to show you those is because I want to answer a particular question that's been asked of me. I'm then going to, so I'm just going to make a notes here. Oh, no, I'm going to tell you a bit more about the YouTube stuff first. Then I'm going to answer some questions. And then, as I say, well, I can't even say what time it will be because it's different time for everyone. Let's just check on the Arnold countdown. And then in 48 minutes, we're going to be joined by my good friend, Arno de Bruijn. I'll talk about him a little bit as we get closer. Because there's loads of good things to look forward to in that half. So the stream is going to be 2 hours long. Obviously, the second half is going to be with Arno. But one of the things that I want to talk about, because again, this came up in the Instagram question box that I posted before on my stories, and it's related. So I want to just talk about a little bit about what I wanted to achieve with my YouTube channel. When I started to think, actually, I'm going to try and make something of this and try and make videos regularly. I feel, and this is something that I think is really important to talk about, and it's going to be more about the creative mindset and the struggles that I think we all have as photographers, because it's something that is really important and often doesn't get talked about. So if I've got any type of, even the smallest platform that I've got, I want to talk about this because it's really important. Because there is, if you look on say YouTube, or you look at lots of places online when it comes to wedding photography, there's almost like this sort of feeling that you get that you're not good enough, and that everybody else is amazing, but you're secretly winging it. But you can't tell anybody that because then you're not going to get any bookings. So let's keep that quiet, but let's just try and show the world that we're really good and things like that. But internally, we don't feel like that. And I want to say through making my YouTube channel, through the workshops that I've done, through my Patreon, and through just the people that I know in the industry, one thing, and for me, this is very true for me as well, one thing that I want to reassure you all on, if you feel that way, that you are basically like cheating a living and that, you're not very good, you're not very confident, but you can't tell anybody that, you've got to just project confidence and like think, oh, like you've got to try and be somebody who you're not online. Trust me, that is natural. That is completely normal. It's one of the difficulties of being a creative person that we all struggle with self-belief, I think, and we feel as though we've got to project something that isn't really us. And I can tell you now that when I go and shoot a wedding, I still feel very nervous, and I still feel at some point like, oh, I'm going to get caught out. Like, oh, I've had a good run. I've been doing this for a long time, but at some point I'm going to get caught out. And I had comments even today on my Instagram when I posted the request for questions about this. So this is what I wanted to talk about, because one thing that I wanted to achieve in my YouTube channel is hopefully if you've watched my videos, you this will come through. I want you to be very transparent. I want to show you everything. I try and show you the raw files. I'll show you the mistakes. I'll show you the lead up to how I took the particular photographs that I take. Because that is the reality. Trust me, I've been lucky enough to go on workshops with lots of my favorite photographers from around the world. And when you speak to them one-to-one, when they're very kindly will show you all their raw files and every single picture they take at a wedding, you will feel a lot better about your own work, because the temptation is that when we just look at people's work online, remember, you're seeing the absolute best of the best. So you're like, and it's insane for me, like my Instagram is probably what I feel is my top 0.1% of my portfolio. But what I'm not showing you is the other 90%, and neither is anybody else either. So don't ever fall into the trap of thinking that everybody's work is consistently brilliant and it's brilliant all the time, because trust me, it isn't. I know from my own experience that a lot of my work is not what you will see in the finished product. There's a lot that goes into the lead up that is just rubbish, doesn't work, and I have to refine it and try again and test things out and things like that. So please don't worry if you do that and you think, oh, I do this, but nobody else does, so I'll keep it quiet. Don't compare what people always say, like, don't compare your cutting room floor to somebody else's best of. And it's one of the things I hope that my channel will reassure you about, because you'll see the mistakes, you'll see the raw files, and they're nothing great about them. So I just wanted to talk about that, because mindset is massive. And I know from speaking to people constantly about this, that we all struggle with it. So yeah, I hope that helps. Because again, there is the you can easily fall into the trap of thinking everybody's work is brilliant. So I wanted to touch upon that. Now that leads me into talking about just as, oh, actually, I've already done that just confidence in general. Remember, we all feel the same. It's like the cycle of a creative mindset is, you think, oh, I'm doing really well. I love that picture. You're on a real high. Somebody might praise your work. You think, oh, brilliant. But then a few days later, you just see somebody else's work online. You think, oh, I love that. My work's rubbish now. And then you start to dip again. And that is something we all live with. So if you feel that, don't worry about it. You are completely normal, and everybody feels exactly the same. So let's just look at if there are any questions in the comments. Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Again, for those that haven't done so, if you don't mind, if I could please ask you to like the stream. That's going to push it out there to more people. Just before I answer the first question, which is going to be about getting reactions out of couples, and I'm going to show you some photographs where I've done that. I'm just going to show you a couple of Arno's photos so you can see what's coming up. And again, if you have any questions, please do let me know in the comments. So as I mentioned, we are shortly going to be joined by Arno de Bruijn, who is a MagMod ambassador, a Profoto ambassador. He spoke at WPPI, and he's just one of the most creative wedding photographers in the world. His work is he's just amazing. Now, in the description, I'm going to give you this, just in case for some reason you can watch now, but you can't watch later. Arno has very, very kindly put together for this stream, as a thank you to everyone who's watching, a free ebook in which I haven't actually seen it myself, but I have got Arno's full ebook, and it's brilliant. And what he does is he shows you his final photograph, but he'll show you behind the scenes, and he shows you all that goes into what has made up that photograph. He calls it his lighting recipes. So he's put together a special lighting recipe ebook that you can download. The link is in the description. So if you want to go down there and just pop your email in there, where if you click on the link, you're going to get hold of that book. So I'm going to mention this a few times, but I'm just aware that people jump in the stream and then they have to leave for various times. So if you want to get Arno's ebook, and for whatever reason you can't join the stream a bit later on when Arno joined us, make sure honestly, it's free. Like, you will enjoy that. So the link is in the is below. I'm just going to show you a bit of a teaser. Going to show you some of Arno's photographs that he's going to be talking us through. I literally don't know at the moment how he's done some of these photographs, but these are some of the images that he's going to be talking us through a little bit later. As I say, I just really, really enjoy looking at his images. They're just so creative, and it's a real honor to have Arno join us. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, we've got these. Arno's passion really is off-camera flash, similar to me really when it comes to his creative photographs, and that's what I'll say we'll be talking about. He's going to be showing us behind the scenes of all these images. So yeah, that's going to be really cool, and that is coming up in 40 minutes. So before we do that though, what I'm going to do is just talk you through the answer to a question which I was asked on my Instagram, which was all to do with how to get reactions out of couples when it comes to portraits. And I think this is a really good thing to talk about. So I'm just going to open up now, if the technology works correctly. Perfect. I'm just going to flick you through some images, because this is something that I talk about a lot in my Patreon. I think when we're taking portraits, it's very easy to think about the composition and get our lighting right. And you put so much thought and concentration into that you actually forget sometimes to inject a moment or that feeling between your couple that just makes the photograph so much more powerful. So I'm just going to flick through some examples here where I've tried to do that. And then what I'm going to do is talk to you about some of the prompts that I have used to do this. So for me, every photograph is made up of light, moment, and composition. And what we're trying to do when it comes to those three elements is try and get them all. Now, in a documentary photograph, then it's very, very difficult to get light, moment, and composition, those three home runs in one go, because we're not in control of many of those things. We're not in control of the light. We're not in control of, we are in control of the composition, sorry, but we're not in control of the moment. So we have limited ability to try and get all three of those things together in one photograph. But with a portrait, we have control over all of those. We're in control of the light, we're in control of the moment, and we're in control of the composition as well. So I think that the most important part of those three elements is the moment. But weirdly, I think it's one of those things that we can all very easily forget, as I mentioned earlier, because we get so fixated on getting the lighting right and the composition right. And, you know, you've only got so much headspace. So you sometimes think, oh, I've got this, like everything's good, and you'll move on. But it's that little tweak at the end to inject a moment or to bring out an emotion that I think makes a good photograph into a really good photograph. And that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit now when we flick through these images. And I'm going to talk about some of the prompts. Now, before I talk about the prompts that I use, I need to give a big thank you to my photography idols when it comes to this, which is Lanny and Erica from MANN Studios, because I went on their workshop in Amsterdam. Ironically, this is where I met Arno, who's joined the stream. And that was the early part of 2019. I went on their workshop. That was an amazing experience. It was a 3-day workshop in Amsterdam, really intensive, but it was just amazing. And I took so much away from their workshop. And one of the biggest lessons I think I took away from there was what I'm talking about now, the importance of creating an emotional connection, whether it be laughter, whether it be just a really soft, like emotional, connection between a couple, but something that you can feel, and it jumps out of the photograph and you can feel that connection. And I say, one of the things that I took away from Lanny and Erica's workshop was that, and they spoke about this at length, about how important this is, but they also then gave us some prompts or ideas for prompts, which I'll talk about a little bit, because some of the prompts I've not integrated, but some of them I have, and I feel as though my work has definitely got better for that. And then I've taken those prompts and sort of twisted them and put them in my own direction and took them in places that I feel work well for me. Now, just before I talk about those prompts, again, just a little shout out for Lanny and Erica. They have recently released a online workshop, and they very, very kindly given me an affiliate link for that workshop. So if you're interested, and I'll tell you now, even if you think, I'm not sure whether to sign up for that or not, if you do sign up, you will get sent a free half-an-hour video, which is one of their chapters of their workshop, which is all about how they use creative lighting and different lighting techniques on the dance floor. I've watched that video. It is brilliant. So if you like the sort of things that I do on YouTube, where, you know, I'm showing you how I shot it, it's the behind the scenes, you will love that. So if you want to get access to that, again, completely free, in the description below for this video, there is a link to Lanny and Erica's online workshop. All you got to do is sign up for that and you'll get access to a free chapter, I think is what they've called it. And it's all about how they like the dance floor. So yeah, by all means, go and do that. It's well worth it. As I say, I've done that as well, and a couple of nights ago I watched that chapter, and it was really good. I hope Lanny and Erica don't mind me saying, I'm not going to say on the stream what the name is for some of the names that they use for some of their lighting techniques, because this video will get demonetized. So if you're interested in what those names are, I can't tell you, but again, you'll find out by watching that video. But you will learn a lot. Trust me, you will learn a lot. So yeah, big shout out to Lanny and Erica. But I say, one of the biggest things that I learned from their workshop was the importance of creating emotional connection. So let's just flick through some of these. So moments like this don't really just happen. They can just happen, but you need a lot of luck to get a couple who are just like this naturally. Oftentimes, I'm sure we all get this. You'll put a couple in front of your camera and they'll be like rabbits in their head, like they don't know what to do. They feel really awkward and things like that. That is not uncommon. I would be like that in front of the camera. Most of my couples are like that, but I feel like it's one of our jobs as photographers to try and put our couples at ease. Now, I should say as well that this process actually starts way earlier in the whole booking process. I would say that, like, from the initial inquiry meeting, even that is where the starting point exists to try and make couples feel comfortable in your presence. So bear in mind that a lot of this is not just achieved on a wedding day. This process of getting couples feel comfortable starts the moment you first get in contact with them. Now, one thing that I will often do is arrange engagement shoots for my couples, especially if they're couples that feel a bit of anxiety about having their photograph taken, which again is not uncommon. That's very normal. I say I'll arrange engagement shoots, but even so, even if couples don't have that, I still have these sort of like things that I will do, which will help to make couples feel at ease. Because it's only when they feel at ease that you're going to get the best reactions out of them. So remember that it's not just a case of picking up your camera and saying a funny joke and then they're going to start laughing. They will start showing more of themselves when they feel comfortable. So remember that the whole process from the beginning, from when they first book you to how you deal with them over emails, in conversations, everything about that is designed to make my couples, the way that I work is to make my couples feel at ease, to feel comfortable. And really, even though it sounds very cheesy, to see me on the day as then being a friend rather than a photographer. I want to arrive on a wedding day and they think, oh, it's Neil, rather than, oh, this is our photographer, because there's a bit of a disconnect there. And again, you want to try and get rid of that. So the whole process starts much earlier. But to give you a few go-tos, like I often have certain questions that I will ask for my couples, and I vary those questions up, and it very much depends on the couple. Certain questions I would ask to one couple, I wouldn't ask to another. It all depends on you being able to know about that couple and what they will feel comfortable with. Some couples I might ask questions that are a bit more out there and a bit on the edge. Again, I've got to be careful what I say. Others, it will be safer questions. And the questions also relate to as well what mood you want to try and get out of couples as well. Like what emotion you want, what feeling, because sometimes you want a photograph to be very soft, like this one, for example. In this situation, this shot, by the way, is complete window light. So the window is to the is over here. If you can see my mouse pointer, this is the window here, and this red that you see in front of it is a curtain. And I pulled the curtain right across my camera. And again, as I've done with many shots that you've probably seen on my channel, I positioned the bride in the best light, and the groom isn't in great light. He won't mind. The groom is more like a prop, but the main thing is I've got the couple. So my process for this photograph, for example, will be to ask the groom to stand with his like straight, both the bride and the groom to stand facing me. But then, and when I'm giving these instructions, I can't help it. It's so ingrained in me. Like even though I'm on a live stream now, it's like I'm talking to the couple. My voice will go a bit lower because I'm not going to say, I want something really soft. So can you do this? Can you do that? Because that's just going to be weird. So I'll say, okay, I'm just going to ask you to stand there and just really snugly close, really nice. And like I'll often say to the groom, just like wrap your arms round. I won't use these. Let's just make up random names. I'm gonna say John and Sarah. So I ask Sarah just to back into John. Just John, just gonna wrap your arms around. Sarah just gonna just lean against John there, and then I'll just say I can't remember if I've asked here, but sort of say to John, can you just whisper into Sarah's ear what you thought when you first saw her coming down the aisle, or like what is it you're most looking forward to about the rest of the day? But don't tell me. You're telling Sarah, just really soft, and then your voice, you talk a bit slower, beautiful, and you take it. And I shoot silently as well, so I'm taking shots throughout this whole process. and again, it depends on the couple. It really depends on the couple. But you're only going to get these really soft moments when you project that feeling yourself. It's like if you want soft, tender photographs, then you've got to be that way yourself, and you've got to get your couple feeling really comfortable. And I'll be reassuring them all the time as well. Oh, these are beautiful, amazing. Oh, this is absolutely brilliant. Like, you're gonna love these. Really soft, just leaning your head in, and it's almost like you're talking them through it, but in a way that is very comfortable to them. It's hard to describe. It's very hard to describe when I'm just talking to a camera, and this is why I always find these things easier to do on my videos, because I'm doing it live. But then like things like this will happen. And these other things, for those that aren't aware, that there's a system, I can't think of the name, like, of cue cards. Super feel, I think it might be called. I've not actually got them, but there are. Somebody might be able to comment this for me in the comments. I think I want to say super feel. Maybe if you Google it, but there's these prompts that, if you ever wondering what prompts work, then you can join, or you can sign up to, I think it's Superfeel. Somebody will say in the comments, I'm sure. But yeah, that would be my advice, to do that, and to sort of learn how to communicate that feel. But I say the biggest thing that I can say is you want your couple to be comfortable, and you want them just to feel really relaxed, and that doesn't happen on the wedding day. And then you're just going to have the prompts like, it just described to Sarah what you thought when you first saw her coming down the aisle. What is it you most love about Sarah? Again, you're not telling me, you're telling her, but just whisper it really quietly to her. And again, just the way you communicate it. So that's how I would do something like this one. This is a bit different. Obviously, laughter. Laughing ones, I think, are much easier to create. There's different ways you can do this. One of the things that I think works really well is like playing a game with my couples. Probably what I've done here as well. But a game that isn't just relying on one-word answers. So a good game, a good idea, for example, would be like an ABC game. For example, you could say something like, okay, like in this case, let's go through these. Like this couple, Cherry and Ben, for example. Like, I could say to Cherry and Ben, like, Ben, could you whisper into Cherry's ear a word that you think describes her well, beginning with A? But before you do that, then, Cherry, what you're going to do the same, but you're going to use a word to describe Ben. You're going to use a word beginning with B, and then, Ben, you're then going to use a word beginning with C. So what that does is it creates a game, but it keeps on going. So you're not relying on one moment. It's like it might be like amazing, but depending on the couple, the answers will tend to be quite funny, because what will happen is sometimes the couple are going to run out of, they're going to think, and that's when I'll sometimes, can jump in. It all sounds very cheesy, this, but it does work. Like, like you can't even think of a word. You're just playing along with them, but you will get moments out of them. But the key thing is that by playing the game, by making sure that it's not just one word answers. We've got A, we've then got B, we've got C, we've got D. It keeps it going, and that's a really, really good thing. And I do that for lots of them. I can almost guarantee that I would have done that for most of these. Now, the actual game that I play changes, so it won't always be a question of describing each other beginning with a word. It could be doing a funny animal noise with a animal that begins with A, then B, then C, then D, or something like that. And again, it just keeps it going. Like, I want you to do an impression of an animal beginning with F. Whatever it would be. It doesn't really even matter what you say, because all this is doing is putting couples on the spot. But once they're relaxed in your company, it's going to make them laugh. And I've done that loads of times. This is another soft one, by the way, like very similar to before. And I'm probably saying the same questions that I said to you before to get the soft reactions. Obviously, this could be the word association game. Another one here. And what I want to say as well, it doesn't always have to be, moments don't always just need to be about laughter and faces. Moments can happen in silhouettes as well. Like, it's very easy with silhouettes. And I do this a lot, where people do what people call like the penguin pose, which is couples stood next to each other, facing each other, little gap between the heads, bodies really close. Nothing wrong with that, but silhouettes can look really dynamic when you inject movement. So I would call this a moment as well, like, because we're injecting this. Again, couples don't just do this naturally. So again, don't just think that moments have to be just about what you know, moments between the couple. It can be physical things as well. You getting couples to run or to jump and things like that. This will be another one, so this will be soft. This will be soft. But again, I'm guiding my couples through this, like really close together. Again, couples don't stand like that naturally. The hands don't cover each other like that naturally. I will probably have created that, but again, I've injected the moment afterwards. Same with this. Again, I would have got them sitting really close to each other. I mean, Kerry and Matt, these two were amazing. They were so good, and they were, you know, they made it easy. Sorry, 1 second. I'm going to take this off the screen. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it's all gone wrong. I was doing so well. There we go. Yeah, Kerry and Matt made it really easy because they were just so laughy and giggly. But again, like you'll see as well how close I am. This was taken on a 35mm lens. So again, I've got them to sit like, Matt would have been like sat here. Kerry sat in front of Matt. I would have asked him just to wrap his arms around each other, and the heads are really close. So you get in the connection, and then I probably would have started this photograph by doing a more simple shot. So a safe shot, in other words. So heads really close together. That's it, really nice. You can even close your eyes if you want. Just close your eyes, just tilting your heads in. Again, see how my voice will change, and I'm really close to them. This is obviously pre-March last year, so really close, and I'm just making sure that I get that safe shot. Then all of a sudden, we'll start playing a game, and it could be other things as well. Like, Matt, I want you to try and remember what Kerry wore on your first date, and you can't lose that way, because if Matt remembers, and Matt was an amazing guy, I'm sure he did, then Kerry's going to go, oh, you know, she's going to like that. It's going to bring out an emotion from her. If he gets it wrong, that's going to bring out another emotion. But either way, it's going to be real. And it's far, far better to do that than it is to sort of say, can you smile now? Can you laugh? That's it. Can you look that way towards your futures? It's really awkward when you do that. So you're asking them to answer questions to each other, but to each other, not to me. I don't want couples looking at the camera. I want them to be interacting between each other. So that's another one. And I must admit, I normally put this on the groom first of all. So, you know, can you remember, what did you do on your first date? Where did you meet? But don't remember, you're not telling me, you're telling each other. Then I'll ask Kerry the same thing. Can you remember what Matt wore? And then usually, like I say the bride, yeah, usually one will remember, and again, it just brings out emotion between the two of them. You know, ask them more questions about the first date. You know, what did you do and things like that, and you're learning all these little things about your couple that you can then inject and use on them, which does work really, really well. Again, I'm just going to break off to say, if you haven't done so already, can I please ask you to like the stream? That would be a massive help. At the moment, we've got 47 people watching and 21 likes. So can we get the likes up to 30? That would be amazing if that's all right, because that just helps get it pushed out into the world. I'd love to get, you know, lots of viewers for when Arno joins us. That would be amazing. So yeah, if you don't mind, please liking the stream. I would really appreciate it. Oh, it's going up. That's good. Thank you very much, everyone. Say, the more likes you get, the more that the YouTube algorithm just pushes us all out, and we can get more people in readiness for Arno joining us in 20 minutes now. Let's check the Arno countdown. Yeah, 21 minutes. Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you. So let's just go back to our images. Again, now this is a moment between a moment. And never forget this either. So, yeah, exactly, Carl. Smash that like button. I need to get all YouTuber. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so, you know, don't put your camera down. We can still so this shot here was taken with the same Kerry and Matt, actually. Same couple, engagement shoot, wedding. And again, because we've had engagement shoot, I knew that these two were going to be a dream, and they were. So we basically had taken a portrait photograph in this little archway, and then we'll walk into another place. But don't just walk and just walk off. Keep your camera up. Keep talking to your couple. Keep communicating with them. And again, keep the atmosphere light and you know, like laugh, joke, and stuff like that. Because again, you'll get moments. the moments are not just about the photographs. The more that your couples are relaxed, the more moments you're going to get in between the moments, which is really important. Another one here, this is one of my favourite photographs from last year. Not last year, the year before. Last year didn't happen, did it? So this is Lauren and Tara. Again, I love the light of this. It was taken on my Helios 44-2 lens, the cheapest lens you can buy, something like $40, but so good for flare. And I love the light that this gave me. But again, it wouldn't be as good for me anyway, personally, if I didn't have that such a genuinely happy look between the two of them. Again, now these two were a dream. You almost didn't need to say anything to them. But I can't remember what I said to them, but we would have had some kind of conversation. It can be simple things like, are you looking forward to your speech? What are you most looking forward to about the rest of the wedding day or the wedding night? Things like that. I have a lot of. It will always be natural on the day, and most of the time it's going to be to do with the couple themselves. But I do have go-to prompts, and the more go-tos that you have, the better. So I would say try and give you some like good solid takeaways now. So if you want to try and get soft emotion out of a couple, you want to remember it's all about, you want to create that sort of feeling of them being comfortable with you, and that starts way before the wedding day. But you want to lower your voice, you want to like be reassuring them what you're taking is really good, like, oh, these are amazing, absolutely beautiful, love this, and just that's it, really soft, just moving your heads even closer, can even close your eyes if you want. That's it, really, really, like, it's sort of ingrained in me. So that will be how you get those sort of moments. And you can embellish that. Again, you could say, what is it you most, what did you think when you first saw Sarah walking down the aisle? And remember, you're not telling me, you just whisper into her, like, things like that. What is it and what is it you most love about her? What is it you think you're going to most remember about this day so far? Just things like that. But again, the reaction that you get is going to be very much the mirror of what you're projecting in terms of your voice and the way that you're talking. So that'd be how you would get the soft, now there are, just to say, I've not done this, but the super feel things will go into more detail. Like, I want you just to sort of like kiss Sarah now, like it might be the last time you do it. Now, I've never done that because I feel as though it doesn't feel, I don't think I could do that with confidence, but that would be a way that you could carry on doing that. And then you want some good go-tos, which are a bit, it's going to create funnier moments. I say, like, the ABC game is genuinely easy and genuinely brilliant because the moments keep on going. Then asking questions about how couples have first met. Say, do you remember what they wore? Because again, I can promise you through experience, you will get guaranteed moments. It doesn't matter what the answers are. You'll get guaranteed moments. What is it you most love about that person? What is it that frustrates you the most? Like things like that. Again, what are you most looking forward to about the rest of the wedding date? All just, but make sure you say to your couple, like, you're not answering to me, you're answering to each other. And say it with feel that as well. Feel it yourself. Be fun. Be like, really, don't feel like, say it in a natural way, like you're just having a chat to people and just like you're having a laugh. And remember that the camera then needs to be like an extension of that. So the moment you can't ask those questions and then pick the camera up. You want to be asking this as you're taking the shots. So you're shooting through the moments. Right. So I think that will cover that. But again, what I'm showing you here is none of these, actually probably lie. Some of them might have happened naturally, but I do, when it comes to portraits, I've got a big influence on these, obviously. Well, obviously I have from the composition and the lighting, but I will do in terms of like the laughter. But what I really hope comes across is that these moments are genuine. Because if I just asked Vicky and Pete here to look at each other and smile, they'd be like, oh, a bit weird. But when they're answering questions to each other, that's when you'll get good moments. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I thought it was a really good question to be asked. So let's go to see now the comments. Again, if you've not, we're up to 36 likes. Thank you very much. Again, if I can just ask again, if you haven't done so already, I would really appreciate it if you could please leave a like on the video. That would be amazing. Any questions, please do let me know in the comments. Somebody's asked, I missed the beginning. Are we cracking on yet? Yeah, we are cracking on. We are cracking on. Yes. Chris has asked, he can't stick around. Will this be archived? Yes, it will. Yes, it will, Chris. This will appear on my YouTube channel as if by magic. I don't have to do anything automatically when the stream finishes. I think it maybe takes an hour or two to appear, but it will do. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, again for joining. Again, for those that maybe weren't here from the beginning, please let me know where you're watching from. That'll be cool. It's always good to know these things. Steve has asked, do you ever use something similar when working with an individual or smaller bridal party groups? Yes. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna do something now that I probably shouldn't do. And again, I'm going to ask you before I tell you this, because there is a trick which works really well for groups, but it's not my idea. Again, it's Lanny and Erica's of Two Man Studios. So can I ask you, because I'm going to tell you something now that I guarantee works for groups, and I feel a bit naughty doing this. So as a thank you to Lanny and Erica, if you go into the description, I mentioned this before, there is a link there to their course, which you can sign up for now. If you sign up, it's completely free to sign up. You will receive a free chapter of their upcoming course, which is released, I think, properly at the end of March, I think. But that free chapter is like a half an hour instruction on how they take their shots on the dance floor and all the lighting techniques that they use. And they've got 6 or 7 different lighting setups, and it is fascinating. As I say, what I can't do is tell you the names of their lighting setups for all these things. Those that know. Those that don't, sign up and find out. But what I'm going to tell you now is something that I learned from them on their workshop. So I don't really feel it's very fair of me to do this, but I'm going to take the hit and I apologize to them. But as a thank you, please sign up to their workshop in the description, and then it's give and take, and then I'm sure I won't get into too much trouble. So yeah, one trick which works really well for group shots is basically playing Chinese whispers. So you want to get your group shot together, and then basically ask the person on the end to, you could say anything, to describe the groom in 2 words. Let's just say, I don't know, whatever that is, they're going to pass it on. And the great thing about doing that is that you're getting moments throughout the group shot. So say there's 10 people in a group photograph and you're playing this Chinese whisper game. Every single person will laugh and everyone will be looking like that along the line to see what's going on. And it injects so much fun and so much personality into the group shot. It elevates it from something that, would be nice. Did I add the group shot? I bet I didn't. Oh, annoying. Sorry, there was a group shot that I meant to add and I've not done. But anyway, just it injects so much laughter into group shots. So yeah, that will be my suggestion. But again, that is not my idea. That is something that Lanny and Erica told me. So please thank them by going over and just signing up for their work. I say it's completely free. Literally, all you do is put your email address in, but you'll then get access to this free chapter. But I'm going to feel better to know that people have done that, because I've just told you all something that I learned on their workshop, which is a bit naughty. So please, can you let me know in the comments? So I'm not going to have these guilt sweats, which I have. Can you please let me know in the comments if you've actually done that and signed up to their 2-man U? I've done it. I say that will make me feel better. But that game, that is a surefire winner. It works so well. So yeah, that would definitely be the answer. Martin said, when creating the moments, is there a go-to f-stop you use to keep them sharp when they suddenly move due to their reaction? Yes, it does make sense, Martin. That's a good question. Yeah, so I will tend to shoot groups. I mean, I wouldn't ever shoot groups wide open. I'd like to shoot groups on, 2 lenses, really. You've either got the option of shooting it, which is what I prefer for groups, I must admit. So let's just talk through that, because I can see what I would do so I'm going to take, first of all, a safe shot. So look, we've got our group of 10 people in front of us. I'm going to take a safe shot, first of all. And ideally, if I can, I'd shoot that on the 85 as something like, I don't know, F4, for the sake of argument. But I'd like the background to be far, say we've got a load of trees behind them that have a big gap. So even at F4, you're going to get like a nice depth of field. It's going to just make them pop. Now, you could, in theory, shoot at F2, it's just a bit risky when you've got if people are in a line, you're going to be fine. So yeah, you could do that. But I tend to shoot groups, say about F4ish. But that I always like shooting groups on an 85. That's a really nice setup for a nice, safe group photograph. However, when we start getting the moments, when we start playing the game, you've got two options then. You can either stand there and you're going to get the group of everyone, which is a nice thing to do, which I probably would do. So like because again, you're going to get people doing this and people are going to burst out laughing. I promise you, I've done it loads of times. It never fails. So you're going to get people burst out laughing. Then what I'd do, once I've got that shot of the whole group laughing, I'd then run in, pick up my 35mm, which is on this side, and then I start going along the line with the moment, with the Chinese whispers, if you know what I mean. So you're almost going to get like headshots or 2 or 3. So rather than getting 10 people in the photograph, you're maybe going to get 3 or 4 because you're that much closer. But as I always bang on about on my channel, being closer is going to give those photographs much more emotional impact. So you've got a really nice variety of shots, and you've got the 85, the safer shots. Always get the safe shot. You know, sometimes that's just for grandma spot on the mantelpiece, but get the safe shot first, and then move in, and then get all the funny moments. And you can inject so much life into one boring group shot if you do that. So yeah, I hope that helps. Thank you very much, Ian. Ian said he's going to do that again. I need to say, that was not my idea. I'm a fraud. I'm breaking copyright by doing that. So yeah, you can thank me on or you can thank us all by going and just popping your email address into their thing. And again, you get the free dance floor shot as well, the free dance floor video, which is like 30 minutes long. So let's just check on our Arno countdown. I hope that was all good for everyone. We've got 8 minutes until Arno joins us. Just going to see what questions we've got here. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for joining. Hi, Philip. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Steve. Hi, Carl. Tony's joined us. Thank you very much for joining, Tony. Tony's got by the way, Tony Darcy, who's in the chat there, has a really amazing YouTube channel herself. She's relatively new to it, but go over and give her a subscribe as well. She's really getting into it, and her channel has got so much good content, especially right now for double exposure. So yeah, definitely go over and give her channel a follow. Again, you know, I say really good content. I think we're good for questions. Again, it's going to be boring. Say if you haven't liked the stream, if you could please just hit the like button, please. That would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. Right, so yeah, Arno is going to be joining us soon. Let me just show you again for those that haven't seen his work before. Arno is a MagMod ambassador. He's a Profoto ambassador. He's wrote books on off-camera flash, which is really amazing. He's also just started offering a course as well, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But these are some of the photographs that he's going to be talking about on this stream and how he's created these images. As I said before, I don't actually know. I mean, some of them I'll be able to guess, but like this one, for example, which is one of my absolute favorites from Arno, I'm not sure how he's done it. So I'm going to be really fascinated to find that out. Because all I can tell you, because Arno, within my Patreon, we do at least once a month, we have what's called an expert live stream where we have a Zoom live stream, so all the members come on and we speak to an industry expert. And Arno was been on that live stream and very kindly did a 2-hour live stream for me within the Patreon, and it was so good, and we got so much good feedback. I think afterwards we had, I think about 30 or 40 members then ordered Arno's book off the back of watching him talking in the Patreon. It was just amazing. And I bought his book off the back of that as well. So his book is what's called Lighting Recipes. Now, again, that just reminds me, because I've not mentioned this since. Arno was very kindly, for this stream, put together a special ebook which contains lighting recipes. It's completely free. Again, the link to download that book is in the description. So if you want to go over there and just download that, I haven't downloaded it yet, but I will be as soon as the stream finishes. Then I think, you're going to really enjoy that. Again, it's a way of thanking Arno as well, because I'll be honest, like he's just doing this as a favor, which is so lovely of him. Again, go over and give his YouTube channel as well a follow if that's okay, please, because you will love his content. If you like my stuff, then you're gonna love his as well. But the book sounds really good. So yeah, please, if any of you downloads it during the stream as well, please let me know what you think in the comments, because that would be cool as well. We can have a live review. I say I can't actually speak for it because I've not seen it, but I know it will be really good. And it's especially for this stream. Arno has put this together over the past couple of days just for this. So again, like it's so kind of him. Hi, I want to try and say Z Prezapmo. Sorry for getting your name wrong, but thank you so much for joining from Poland. Very, very kind of you. My pleasure, Tony. Thank you very much. Martin's also said, are you wide open on the couple portraits when doing the moments? Yes, more often than not. So I can go through, let's just flick through these images to answer your question. So this will have been about f4, I'm guessing, because there's no need to shoot a shell depth of field because it's not going to achieve anything. Let's see. This will probably be wide open. That will be wide open because I'm shooting that foreground there. This was all natural light, really harsh sunlight, and I'm shooting through leaves. But that would be wide open because I want the foreground bokeh to go out of focus. And the wider your aperture, then obviously the more that you're going to get that bokeh is going to become really soft and abstract. So yeah, same thing here. I'm shooting through stuff. So again, this will be wide open. No need for this one to be wide open. Because again, you only want to shoot wide open if either you want to throw the background out or you want to throw the foreground out. If there's no foreground or background, there's no need to shoot wide open. And I should say as well, I'm always focusing on the usually the bride's eye that's closest to the camera, so that'll be where my focus point is. But yeah, this will have been wide open, I imagine. Wide open. That's on the 135. This will be wide open. This is the fake sunset trick, which there's a video about this on my channel if you want to see how this is done. But in a nutshell, it's basically shot on an 85mm lens with a MagMod sphere and grid with a warm CTO gel behind the couple. So the speed light will be just out of the frame here, and I deliberately want it to be just out because then you get that little bit of flare. If you have the speed light in the frame, it just looks a bit fake. But as soon as you move that speed light out of the frame and just get that warm light coming from the speed light, that's when you'll get a really cool effect. So this was off-camera flash. So the background is off-camera flash. And I think I would have lit the foreground as well with off-camera flash. So there were in two speed lights. One over here, as I say, the light stand would have been here, but I've cropped it out with obviously a speed light, a grid, a MagMod gel, a full CTO gel, which is basically an orange gel, and the MagMod sphere as well, just to soften the light coming out. And I've lit the foreground as well. But again, that would have been shot wide open because I want to create all this foreground bokeh. That would probably be that would be wide open on the. I want to say that would have been. I'm going to say 85. It could have been a 35. And again, the foreground here, I've shot wide open because I want the foreground to go out of focus. Same there as well. So you can see a lot of the time I am trying to shoot where I'm shooting through something in the foreground. That would have been on the 35, I want to say. Definitely 85, that one. Again, foreground, so shooting wide open, and background. Because I want my foreground and backgrounds to go really, really soft and really out of focus. So yeah, that's why we shoot wide open. Okay, let's just come back over here. So in a second, I think Arno will be joining us. So let's see. Let me just close this. Wow, 61 viewers. This is amazing. So we've got 61 viewers and 45 likes. So again, if you could please like the stream, please. Let's see if we can get it to 50. Can we get it to 50 likes before Arno joins? That would be cool. Thank you. I'm wondering if Arno's actually watching this and it's going to go... I've been very nervous, by the way. This is the first time I've ever had somebody join the stream with me. So this is all new territory, but I feel as though the technology, we've tested it, it works. So fingers crossed, we will be all good. Yeah, Tony said getting in close makes a difference too. Getting in close makes a difference to virtually every photograph we take when it involves people. As Robert Kappa said, if your photographs aren't good enough, you're not close enough. So yeah, when it comes to shots of people, closer is always better. In fact, we've got somebody knocking at the door. Let's just see. Arno is in the green room. Hey, Arno, how you doing?
Hi there.
It's working. It's working.
Yes, very good.
How are you? I can turn off the Arno countdown now.
Yeah, it's 0.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you, Arno, for doing this. I really, really appreciate it. It's very kind of you to join us.
Yeah, I love to do it for you. So.
No, an absolute pleasure. I said before that myself and we met at on the 2-man workshop in Amsterdam. Yeah. I think it was 2019, wasn't it? Something like that.
Well, 18.
18.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm throwing my life away. Yeah, because that's 3 years ago now. But yeah, so it was really good to see you there, because one of the things I remember you is how passionate you were about portraits and your creative portraits. And yeah, that's when I started following your work. And your work is just, I think I know this anyway, but your work is just incredible. And what I love about your work is how I often look at your images and think, how has he done that? And genuinely not know. And I think there's always like magic, I think, when that happens. When you even another photographer is looking at thinking, I'm not sure how you've done that. So
many people think we do everything in Photoshop, but we do almost everything in camera, so we can see it to the bride and the groom, or other clients, or at workshop attendees. When you do it in camera, it's a piece of artwork, and Photoshop is another artwork. Our stylists do everything in camera. 1 flash, 2 flashes.
I agree, and I think that's an important thing you say as well, because I often get asked, have you done this in Photoshop? But without me answering for you, what is the reason you wouldn't do these things in Photoshop?
The relation between the client and me. If you can let's see it after a shoot or during a shoot, they are very happy. They love your work more than you do it afterwards in Photoshop, because they have the same feeling like us. They see a location, a shitty location. Why are we here? Yeah. and we're doing a piece of artwork at that location. And when you can turn the back of your camera to your client, it's for them a piece of magic, and that's what we like about it.
Yeah, exactly, and I agree with you as well. It takes something away, doesn't it? If a couple look at that picture and think, we don't remember that. That wasn't like it was. Like that sky wasn't real. They need to have an emotional connection to that photograph being taken, don't it? Because then it's going to put them back in that when they watch it, when they look at it, rather. And I think that's really that's exactly the same for me. It's almost like a lot of the times we could create really cool bokeh in Photoshop. We could do everything like that, but it's just not the same. It doesn't have that same emotional connection. So I totally agree with you. And I think couples will definitely feel that 100%. So one thing
we are like artists. We are creative artists.
Well, I don't feel comfortable saying that word about myself, but yeah, I think we're trying to do something like that. I'll definitely say that you are 100%.
You too.
Oh, very kind. Can you see the comments coming in, Arno? Just to check.
No.
Oh, you should.
Wait a minute. Oh, yes.
Oh, cool. Because I was going to read some out. We've got some really lovely comments. I was going to read some out to you, but I won't do that if you can see them.
Yes, all good and steady. Download to genius. You're also a genius. Yes.
Right. We're going to move on. So yeah, again, thank you, Arno, for joining us. So I believe you've got. I've been talking to people about your ebook, which is really kind. But I think we'll do that at the end, because I think when you go through your images, people are going to be like,
okay.
"Whoa!" And it's going to blow their mind. So I think that will be a good time to remind everybody after that. About that. So if you want to start sharing your screen, Arnold, feel free. I'm sure we're going to get lots of questions about your work as well. So I'll keep an eye on those. Yeah, thank you, Tony, for letting me know that the stream is good. Honestly, this was a bit of a sleepless night last night working about this. I was trying to think, do we do it over Zoom? Do we do it over Skype? But thankfully, I use Ecamm software, and thankfully it all seems to be working perfectly. Right, so if I do this, brilliant. There we go. So this is the photograph, Arnold, that I've been wowing over and thinking, how did you do this? Like, I was trying to figure out what that bokeh is. And I don't know the answer, because I've never achieved anything like that.
This is very simple. When I started with bokeh, I always started with raindrops on my lens.
I've never done that.
And with filters, with epoxy gel droplets on the lens, not on the lens, but on the filter. And when you are working with bokeh, you try to find other things to create bokeh, and I can do it with a water bottle, I can do it with trash can, I can do it with there will be coming an Ibiza photo that's also a bokeh photo, a different way, different view.
You're literally just spraying water onto the lens for some.
Yeah, normally, but for this one, we were with this couple in a park, and there were beautiful magenta flowers, like these flowers.
Whoa!
And we took 2 flowers, and I put my camera into the flower. We took 2 flowers in a V format, and we put the camera with the lens into the flowers, and we took a little water, and we wetted these flowers, and we took the shot. The light is this is not off-camera light, but this is sunlight. This is this natural light.
Oh, I see. So you sprayed water onto the flowers.
Yes, and because they are magenta, rosé, the bokeh effect is also that color.
Yeah, very cool.
And after creating this effect, it's very important to see the gap where you can put your couple in, and the rest is bokeh. The sweet spot. I call it the sweet spot.
That's cool. So where do you buy these flowers from?
There was a garden from the government, so don't talk about it.
You didn't take it away and keep it in your camera bag?
They are. We broke one. This is an important garden from the government.
Don't worry, no one will find out. This isn't public.
Yeah. But we took 1 flower survived, but one flower died because it collapsed because we are doing this thing.
It's absolutely beautiful. Like such. I mean I would never have guessed. Genuinely, that to me is almost like the effect you get when you shoot through tin foil. I would not have guessed that was a flower.
Oh, it's a flower.
The thing is that how big a difference do you think the water makes? Which is something I've never thought about, like spraying the foreground.
The water is very important because not last year, but in 2019, we tried it with the same flowers in another garden, but there was no water, and the bokeh didn't happen. So you need water to create those bokeh balls. And the water is on the top. Wait a minute. Oh.
Tony said in the comments, genius. I totally agree. This is a genius shot and a genius idea.
You see my mouse pointer?
Yes.
on your screen? Yes? Okay. If you spray this with water, all those
you're going to see the droplets.
you can hear.
Yeah.
You can create droplets here, and
Yeah.
that is what creating those bokeh effects.
Yeah. It's really lovely. Ian's asked what lens he shoots on. Is this an 85?
I use at a wedding always a zoom lens, f4.
Really?
Yeah, really, always. Yes, I'm the only wedding photographer in the world who use a zoom lens. The whole
Yeah.
year. Yeah, I use
2021.
Yeah. This is the 2405 f4 L lens from Canon.
Wow, that just shows you well, because there is this people sort of think, don't they, that to get good foreground bokeh, and this is insane how good this is, you've basically got to, so I'm just going to put me in here, you've got to use a really wide aperture, but you're just proving you don't. I think the key thing is that you're getting your lens right up against the flowers, I'm imagining that really close.
Yeah, I will search for the camera settings. I'm in Lightroom now. This is f6.3, ISO 320.
6.3.
Yeah.
This is a competition I would have not won. I would never have guessed that.
Yeah, try and error. That's what you have to do. My
really good.
my whole off-camera flashlight is try and error.
I agree. That's something that I think we can all learn from. Like, that you've got to experiment, haven't you? Because you might have tried this and it might not have worked. I'm sure lots of the things you do don't work, same as me. But you only find out if you try.
Yeah, if you try and you die, it's
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next time you're alive.
Exactly. Good. Well, you're definitely alive on this one, alive and kicking.
Yeah. And this is I always keep it simple.
So did you show the couple this one when you're taking it? You know, you said that you will show the couple the back of your camera. Did you do that on this one?
Yeah, they wow.
Oh,
wow, this is magic. Yeah. And because it's the color of love, so all the things came together in this image.
Oh, totally. Yeah. They must have absolutely loved it. No, it's beautiful. Yeah, so many comments.
And the ladies are beautiful also. So yeah, it comes all together in one picture.
Totally. But again, I don't know if you saw the early part of the stream, Arno, but I was talking about the moment. And the thing, we look at this photograph and you think it's amazing, which clearly it is. But it's easy to forget just how good the connection is between the couple. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that they're not quite kissing, there's a little gap between them. You know, their eyes are closed. It looks so soft, so real. And that doesn't just happen by accident. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got everything right, and it'd be easy for you to forget then and just put the couple like next to each other. But I love the fact that even that little bit of light on the lip there is beautiful.
Yeah, it for us is very important to have a connection with your bride and groom, or two brides or two grooms, because we can connect while we're shooting.
Exactly.
They like to go to the shoot.
Yeah.
And we can give them some advice. First, I have to find the sweet spot in this image, and after we find the sweet spot, then we talk to those brides for kissing, but not too sexy.
Yeah.
And they did it perfect.
Yeah. No, I'd say, and I think that's. I just want everyone to notice that, because it's easy to forget that the moment is so important, and the connection, which goes back to what we talked about before on the stream, and you've done that so well. No, it's amazing. So
very simple. You don't need flash, only a bright sun. But if there is no sun, you can use one speed light, and you put it about 3 yards up, 2 to 3 yards up. A CTO half gel maybe a grid, and fake sunlight, and you get the same image.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Again, that's the beauty of using Flash, isn't it? That you don't need to rely on the weather. If the weather's not good, we can bring in our own light, and it gives you the feeling of being like bulletproof. Because you think, okay, we've not got the sun. Oh, that's a shame. Not gonna be able to get good stuff. But having an off-camera flash there, you can recreate it. So it makes you just feel as though like whatever happens, you're ready, and you can create that light.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, amazing.
Going to the next one. This is also a very simple solution. I posted yesterday on my Instagram, and this is framing in framing. There's one speedlight, a magenta gel. I think I will check that in Lightroom.
Again, what everyone should do who's watching this, like, is just try and guess how you think Arno has done this, because this is all about the game. And I mean, I'm not sure what it could be, because obviously you shoot it. I mean, the thing that jumps out is well, one, just how the reason is how good the silhouette is. The silhouette, the hands, so good. And again, notice the moment. We can even tell in that photograph that the couple are smiling. You know, that they're natural together. Again, remember the moment, but also just how good and how perfect that composition is. Crazy.
Yeah, it's the connection between us and the bride and groom. This was at a workshop, and I think this is an f8 160 ISO 100. And what we did, this is a door with windows, with glass windows, and this is the room.
Wow, I can't even work it out. Like,
you see,
it's a door. It's a door.
Yes. Is this? We put them behind the doors. And there was a white door, white wall behind them.
I see. I would not have guessed that was doors.
And we put in the middle, you can see the circle. We put in the middle a speed light with a magenta gel. And I thought there was a max fair on it to create some softer light, some softer magenta light. And I think it's an f8. And they were sitting on their knees because we used the lowest part of the doors, like here. And
so was this couple sat on the floor then?
Yeah, they were on the floor, on the knees. I don't know why, but that's what we did. But it's a very simple. It's a one light solution, creative, and yeah, some people. If you go in my book, there is in the free ebook. All viewers can download the free ebook. You post a link under your video.
Yes.
And this cabinet, I used this cabinet for a creative photo, and that light recipe and the end result and camera settings is in the free ebook.
Amazing, thank you. Yeah. That's really kind. So again, sorry, Anna, go on.
I put the light behind this cabinet, and I used the contrast and shadow lines from the light into the cabinet for the composition. So the composition is like this, and we put there behind the couple with a key light and a rim light. But they can everybody can find this this light recipe and end result in the ebook tomorrow.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. Say this ebook sounds amazing.
But I can shoot everywhere. You can put me everywhere, in a parking lot.
That's what I love about your brain, how your brain works, because obviously, you can see the potential in something that doesn't even feel like there's any potential there. But what a gift that is as well. And it must make you think that, sometimes we can fall into the trap of thinking, oh, we've got a wedding, it's a really bad venue, like it's not photogenic, what am I going to do? Like, I've only got this rubbish, ugly room over here. And again, like if you can then start to open your mind to all this creative potential, suddenly even like a boring venue with nothing much going for it becomes amazing, doesn't it? Because you just start to see the world in a different way.
Yeah, we don't need a fancy castle as location, but my brain is always spot on. Also on holiday or when I'm driving, I'm always looking at,
That's good and bad sometimes, because you want to switch off.
I cannot switch off. I'm going to do next one. Next one is also a simple solution. I took that image 3 years ago in Vegas. This week I was without COVID. I was in Vegas.
Arno, we're just seeing the behind the scenes of the last one. That's it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
This is the area casino resort in Vegas. I was there for the WPPI and MagMod, and what I did is I searched for a corner where I can put the couple. There was a love shoot, but I want in Vegas you have amazing LED lights with signs. Every time there's a different sign. There is always people in your image, or you have to shoot at night at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. But if you shoot in the evening, there are always people. So I searched for a simple solution to box my couple with a light and use the other environment for the rest of the image. And this was the photo I took.
Wow. Yeah.
That was this was about 12 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
And I went back with the couple. Normally I don't do this, but in Vegas I had a lot of free time, and I saw this door, and my mind was spot on, and I remembered this location. And in the evening I went with that couple to this location to get the shot, and this is the door. We put a MagGel orange. That's the same color as the advertisement, the LED advertisement here, and we put the couple nose to nose. I was a little bit laying on the ground to get the reflection on.
Yeah, the reflection really adds to it, definitely.
And the people were walking, so I shoot I think 10 frames, and I choose the best one.
Yeah, really, really good. And I love the fact that, it's a very good environmental portrait, because you've deliberately kept the people in, because that adds to the whole feeling of the photograph. It wouldn't be the same if it was just an empty photograph. The fact that the people are there, it's like the couple are lost in their own world.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. I've got so many nice comments.
Are there questions?
Yeah, if it's to say, I've not seen any questions. If anybody has any questions for Arno, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'll keep my eye on them.
Yeah, okay. If there's a question, you push the button.
Thank you. This is cool. The thing that strikes me about this shot is that it's obviously taken in the daytime, when it's easy to think, oh, I'm not going to use flash now because it's too bright.
Yeah, that's the today. Mark was my assistant. Mark, he's watching also, I think, and during the Corona COVID time, there were no parties anymore.
No.
And normally we shoot the creative shoots we planned at party time at night. It's dark. You can lit buildings, lit trees, and you put your bride and groom on a location, and you lit them out. But during COVID, we have to do everything between 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Because all the weddings, we did 12 weddings last year. Normally we do about 40, but last year only 12. But COVID pushed us to take out our speed lights at daytime.
Yes, yeah, because you literally got no choice.
Yes, and this was the first wedding of the second wedding where we were pushed by COVID to shoot with flash at daytime. The only thing is, if you shoot on manual, you have to use high-speed sync, because otherwise your image is too bright, or you have your shutter time.
Yeah.
Normally we used 160s, but in this situations you have another shutter time, like 1/4000 or 1/2000, because it's daylight. And when you use a good flash, I use a Profoto, but for this one we used the 80-200. This was before my Profoto ambassador time.
Wow, it's very bright, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we put this thing on full power to get this image.
Yeah, I bet the 80-200 is a really, really good speed light, isn't it, for power, and it's not too big.
But the sunlight was very harsh.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot brighter than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
So what were your actual? Do you know what your actual settings were? Because as Arnold said, basically, if you're going to take a shot like this, you can't use. You've got to use high speed sync, otherwise you're going to be limited to say 200 or 250th of a second. So I don't know what. I'm just curious what your shutter speed would be, because the problem with high speed sync though is that you then won't get as much power out of your speed light. So that's why you have to have a very powerful speed light to try something like this. I must admit, I wouldn't have thought that would be possible with just one 80-200.
Yeah, that's possible. This one is... Oh, this is not high sync. No, this is f13.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
so 200.
f13, ISO 100 and 160.
Wow, that surprises me.
Yeah. But, and we got lost of the shadows because it's f13.
Yeah. Just need to make sure you've got a very clean sensor if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Get all the dust spots.
I'm sure. Yeah, but that's why I use a zoom lens.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I never have to switch.
So is it the same lens with this that you would have taken with the first one that we saw? Then I assume through the one that we saw through the flowers. That was the same lens.
Yeah, same lens. This is a 1DX2 with a 24-105. And a few years back, 4 or 5 years back, I was at a workshop, and that teacher told me, "You cannot win awards with the zoom lens." Oh, why not? But I won almost all my awards with this lens.
You're gonna get a lot of people going out now buying a 24-105.
Yeah, but now I have the new Canon R6 with 24-105 f4 RF. We switch to mirrorless cameras.
How are you finding mirrorless compared to DSLR?
I love it, because normally I need glasses to read, and if I'm in the studio with the Mark IV, the 5D Mark IV, I always have to do this. Oh shit, I cannot. But with the mirrorless, you can use the settings in your screen.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's,
it's. Do you think you could ever go back? Do you know what I mean? Like, because I find it, I think it would
no,
be very
no,
difficult. Yeah.
no. But I have two one in one no, two 1DX2 and one is used by Mark, and the other one is almost 6 months. Yeah, in the bag.
Yeah, yeah, it's like night and day, isn't it? When you move over, and then when you do use your old cameras, it's like, oh, this is like something from like the dinosaur times.
I'm a bit lucky guy because I'm sponsored by Colorwood. That's
You're
a
sponsored by
company.
everyone.
Yeah, I'm sponsored. I'm a data lighter, Profoto, Flory Color. Yeah,
Who
that's
wants any discounts on products? Speak to Arno because he's an ambassador for every
yeah.
company in the world.
In the Netherlands, they can get discount for Profoto.
There you go.
If
Yeah, I
there's-
say
yeah,
always check with
yeah.
Arno first.
Yeah, always. And also for data light and all the other stuff. But they switched me over to mirrorless. So
Right, they did it right, or they suggested.
Yes, they suggested, and they funded me for a whole part of the deal. So because I changed my camera in August, it was the first in the Netherlands. The first I was the first one in the Netherlands who can shoot with the R6 at weddings. That was 2 or 3 August last year.
Cool. I didn't realize that. Tony just said in the comments, do you have any codes?
Yes, I have, but that's
all the codes.
for yeah, that's for the Netherlands only.
Oh, well, a good excuse to go to Amsterdam for a weekend.
Yeah. they can smoke something and they can buy it for yeah.
Right, we'll move on.
This is
Go window shopping.
Yeah. What?
For camera equipment.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Let me share the screen again. Yeah, that's. I'm so surprised with how bright that is.
Oh, I moved my screen. It's a good. You can see it.
We see at the moment. You're lying on the floor.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I moved this screen. Yeah.
Tony's booking the tickets. He says he's going. He's going to Amsterdam.
And this is the one light. We use the sunlight and the 8200.
I suppose you did that as well because do you find that the couples, Arnold, that book you, that they expect off-camera flash, obviously. So even if it's in very bright conditions, and you're almost forced to do these shots when you wouldn't really want to because of, like you said before, because of the situation, that you still obviously will do that because it's what they expect.
Yeah, we always shoot creative. They know my style, and they choose us because we are creative. 90% of the wedding is moments, real life, and 10% is creative portraits.
Yeah,
and they want they choose us for a good story about their beautiful day, and they book us for a wall art on the wall. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. So it's almost like you have to try and, like you said before, because you're forced to. You can't not do it, can you? Because that's the reason, or that's one of the main reasons why they booked you in the first place.
Yeah. This second one, we took this image on Ibiza.
Cool. And again, that bokeh. Somebody said before you're the bokeh master, and I totally agree.
Yeah. Now can people guess how we took this?
Let's see in the comments.
Yeah.
What are people guessing? I'm not gonna say anything with this one because you did give me a sneak peek before, but I got it wrong. You think that's any help? I tell you what, I guessed it was like long grass, but it's all I'll say is it's not that. There'll be a prize in the comments if anybody can get it right. I was just to jump in. I was going to I wanted to give away a free set of my new presets in this stream, but then I started looking into it on YouTube, and it's very difficult to actually do that without getting like infringement. You can't do that. But if anybody gets this right, if anybody can guess how Arno took this shot, I'll send you a pack of the presets, and we'll leave it to Arno to how accurate you were. So then he can decide.
Fontaine is wrong.
Oh, there you go. Good effort, Elena.
Yeah. Oh, Ian, Arno, how long have you been using OCF? Since 5 years.
Tony said, "Is it wheat?" That's my guess.
And wheat? No,
yeah,
wheat.
like long grass. Siebel said the same thing. Yeah, we're all thinking the same.
Yeah. What's barley?
It's like again long sort of long grass, but gold.
Okay, no.
Like farmers will. I'm not a farmer. I don't really know what it. It's
all wrong.
It's like hay, I would say.
Necklace.
Oh, that's it.
Nope.
Martin's come up with an interesting one. Necklace.
Water bottle. Nope.
But good guesses these though.
Yeah, good guesses. But
yeah, these are good ideas for future videos.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's I say what, Arnold. Can you give us without telling us? Can you give us a clue?
Yeah, it's.
Is it something that you've taken there? Did you take it? Whatever it was, did you take it to the scene, or is it something that you found?
No, it's in the environment in Ibiza.
Right. Okay.
We were on the top, Ibiza. That's the capital of Ibiza, and there's a castle, and that's where we took this this image, and we didn't take nothing.
There we go. Yeah, I don't think anyone will actually get it because it's so difficult.
I don't think so.
If that's the case, we'll move this on for the next shot after this one. We'll come back. We'll come back to the competition.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Without seeing the BTS.
Yeah, exactly. This is the big reveal. Oh no, I was going to say I think we show the behind the scenes of what you just seen because I don't think anyone will guess. Oh, good guess though, sand. That's good with the Ibiza link.
Yeah. Oh, Set. Oh no, Set is a workshop.
How did that happen?
No, Set is a workshop. Oh, Set. No, Set.
Oh, is that your assistant?
No, he's a workshopper of me.
Well, that's all right. It still counts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, if you can email me or DM me on Instagram, I'll send you a link to the presets if you want them.
Set is the winner.
Yes.
And Puck was almost a winner.
Very close. Very close.
Very close.
Definitely a good guess with Ibiza. But yeah, I don't think anyone would have ever guessed a rock that got wet. Is it the magic water bottle again? I would know. To be fair, I mean that was almost impossible to get right. It's amazing. I would never have guessed.
This is the sun. There's a rim light on the sun. Mark was here with a round speed light, and I was here at the other side. We have to walk 10 minutes to get there.
Yeah, uphill as well.
And as you can see, the rocks here are wet from the morning. In the morning, it's always wet.
So you didn't take your water bottle this time?
No, not this time. It's in my bag. And you see my zoom lens? This is the famous award-winning zoom lens.
That's the 24-105 again? Yes. Amazing. Again, I take my hat off. I just wouldn't have thought you'd be able to get that bokeh with those sort of apertures.
Now with the zoom lens, you can zoom to get close to your couple. You don't have to walk, but you also can zoom close to this rock.
Yeah.
So your composition, and when I use you can see it's zoomed out. So I think it's about 100 millimeters, 80. But if I only have a 35, I have a problem because it's too wide.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And when you are creative, you have to be flexible. Also with your equipment, light, flexible. And this is what I saw in my composition, and
Yeah.
and then we searching for the sweet spot. This is the rock.
Yeah, you see it now. It's so many good like things to learn from this, which is to really try and sort of see everything with creative eyes and just think like what can you do with this scene and look at the world in a different way. And certainly think it shows you as well that you can shoot through almost anything, can't you? It's very easy to think, oh, you know, you've got to shoot through something that's a bit more obvious, like shoot through leaves or shooting through fairy lights, but you can do it with virtually anything that even like a rock.
You can shoot through through this, and you also get bokeh.
Cool. Oh, it's even better because it's got the little gap.
Yeah, you have here this gap here, and if you shoot like you put your lens here, so if you have a bottle with water and you put it on your eye, you can see the bokeh effect.
I'll watch that video coming soon.
And my rule is everything my eye can see, I can do it with my camera.
Yeah.
So when it's Christmas time or other shops, and when I'm with my wife in the shop, I always searching for things, and I'm always looking through, and my wife is
You must be a nightmare.
Yeah.
No,
But
amazing.
And what Mark did is with the off-camera flash, we give a fill-in flash. Otherwise, they were totally black or almost black with shadow, because the sunlight is the rim light.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. So they would have been more or less in silhouette, wouldn't they? Because you're. Yeah.
Yeah. If you see this, look here. You see the harsh shadows from the sun.
I mean, Ibiza, I can only imagine like how bright it must be.
Yeah, and that speed light that was on full power, and that was not enough, but good enough for this picture.
Yeah. Really nice. And again, let's just say, like, what I love about shots like this is the couple will have no idea what it is that you're seeing, will they? That it's just gonna like blow their minds when they see it.
Yeah.
Because they're just gonna think it's just something wide and a bit not boring, but they'll just think it's just a wide angle photograph. They won't have any clue. But again, that's why they'll be booking you.
Yeah. This was a shot this year or last year, and we this is a venue with an old factory called wheat or cookie factory. And what we did here, this is I think a 5 light setup.
5, wow.
Yeah, normally we do a silhouette, and we don't do a rim light while we're doing the silhouette. But what we do in this picture, this image,
you're giving them a rim light. Yeah.
We give a rim, not a white rim light, but a rim light with a CTO flash. It's a little bit, a fraction lighter.
Yeah, it just brings them out, doesn't it? It just gives them a bit of depth.
Yeah, and otherwise this was white, and with a CTO gel, it's a little bit orange, a fraction, and we put 2 lights behind them to the wall.
Yeah. So I see. So that's 4 of the lights then. Two on the couple, two on the wall.
And this is my positions lying on the floor. And Mark was standing above me because we have no light on the ceiling, but the ceiling is also very interesting. So what we did is the 5th light was handheld by Mark, and he pointed it to the ceiling. So this is also lit in the image.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
again, it's only complete darkness.
Lit. Yeah,
it's really good. Really, really. So where is Mark then? Because he's obviously not in. Is he just to the side?
Above me.
Oh, he's right. Sorry, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because he spread his legs.
Yeah.
Over me, and pointed the flash to the ceiling.
Yeah, really, really nice. It looks so different from the behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you can see it in the shadows here. If you see here the shadow, you see here the shadow line from this.
Yes, yeah.
Thing here, and that's the 5th light.
Yeah, really cool. Let's just jump off as well to say for anybody who's just joining us into the stream now that this is phenomenal. This is so good. Like, and Arno has, well, a couple of things. One, I'd ask you to please subscribe to his YouTube channel, because why wouldn't you after seeing the work that Arno does? But also, Arno has very, very kindly put together a special ebook which contains different lighting recipes for some of his favorite photographs, and a link for that is in the description. So you just need to pop your email address in, and then Arno will send that to you. So definitely make sure you do that, because it's completely free, and it's basically like this but in the form of a book. So yeah, that would be amazing if you could do that. And I say, go and all the links are in the description. His YouTube channel, his Instagram. But yeah, as you can see, Arnold's work is just phenomenal. It's just absolutely amazing. I love the colours in this one. The contrast between the warm and the cold.
This is same location, the same venue, but it's a very big venue with all different rooms, and this is a room with a lot of steel. This is the behind. This. And what we do, this is the sweet spot. We always looking for a sweet spot, so we can separate our couple from the environment.
Good. That's a really good point. Yeah. And again, it's the composition, isn't it? If the couple were to the side, it just wouldn't work. If they were, left or right, but you've got them right in the middle.
Yeah, you can. My style. You can when you see images. You always can see my style, because I'm always put my couples in an important free spot, so they are separated from the environment.
Yeah, and it really works. It makes it really clean and really easy on the eye. I always think jumps out about your work though, Arno, is your use of color.
Yeah, I love colors, but what I do is I use the color circle. So if you use blue, the opposite color is orange.
Yes.
So if you use opposite colors, it's always good.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. And I say that's what hits you, the warmth versus the coolness.
And what we did in this images was we put 2 speed lights with blue gels uplight, so they lit the steel blue, and we used a dado light. This is a very powerful LED light with I think a full CTO filter on full power. You can see the bokeh effect from this full power, not in front of the lens but at the shirt, and you see the rim light here a little bit.
Yeah. So you've not put a speed light behind them. It's a video light.
Yeah, this is a video light. Dado light. They deliver to all the Hollywood video studios like that. I think this light is about 1,500 euros or more. But they sponsored me, so I use Dedolight sometimes.
Arnold's got a code.
Yes, 10%.
Yeah, he's always got a code.
But you can do this with a speed light, but I think you need or a B10 from Profoto or two AD 200s, because it's a lot of power.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that as a speed. Usually, you think of video lights as not being as powerful as a flash.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's.
But those lights, but the battery is separated.
Yeah,
it's like a block.
Yeah,
so
you need a whole new car just to take the battery.
Yeah, I need a new car.
It works really well though, really well.
Yeah, and we like to combine LED light and speed lights, also with flashlights. So you can use LED lights to create like sunlight for your bokeh, and you can use the speed lights to lit your couple. So you can, if you choose the right camera settings, you can combine those different light sources very good. But it's important that your LED light is very powerful. If you have a cheap LED, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I have I can't think of the name, but a dado light, the Ledzilla, I think it's called.
We have also the Ledzilla. It's a little bit smaller, but that's a very useful light for in different. When you want to work with shadows, you use the LED light and you see what you get. So you can put your shadows exactly at where you want to have them.
Yeah.
And you also can use it as a tryout. So you use the flashlight for your other light source, but okay, if I put my light source here, the shadow is there. And if you change that LED light source, you can see the shadow moving, and you can change the LED light with your speed light, and your light direction is perfect.
Yeah, it makes a much you're going to work much quicker that way, aren't you? Rather than taking
a shot, otherwise you have to
take another shot, move in.
Yeah, a shot like that.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. This is so cool. In fact, let me try this for the first time. Let's get the effects out. Really cool. Again, shooting through something, but obviously,
yes,
you've lit the foreground as well. It's very cool.
This is a fence.
That's crazy. Again, it's just the lessons. See potential in everything.
Yeah, we can shoot everywhere.
Yeah.
Mark and I and my other team members, we are never nervous for a wedding. We take a cup of coffee in the car, we drive to the wedding, and we are going to shoot. And it's always good. And we always shoot artwork because we are not afraid from anything.
Yeah, and that's a very nice mindset to have, that you're thinking, I want to create a piece of art. You know, it's almost like beyond the portrait, isn't it? You're creating something that's going to go on the bride and groom's wall.
Yeah, and we don't have I don't know the English word. We never have a piece of paper with what we are going to do.
You don't go to the day with a plan.
Yeah, no plan.
Yeah, so you just got to react to what you see.
Yeah, we only have the timetable and the addresses from the bride and the groom and the venues, and that's all. And we will see what we see. And for the creative shoots, we can use a a tree, a fence, a parking lot, a castle. We can use everything.
Yeah, amazing. Oh,
If your mind is open, you can shoot everything.
such a good lesson. Honestly, I think we can all take something from that. It's almost like a good game to play, isn't it? Like, just don't go to the obvious place. Try and find somewhere you think, oh, can't say anything here, and really push yourself. And then, like you say, I'm sure you find that once you do this a few times, you just trained your eye, haven't you? Now, just to look at everything in a different way than most people will do.
Yeah, we because we are a team, we see different things. We walk through and hey, wow, oh, stop, and
Is it do you find it's like a competition between the two of you who can see these things?
No, I always win. I always win. No. There's one image in this after this image I have an image that's an ID from Mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Shout
and
out to Mark.
I put it in the but we, yeah, especially for Mark.
Exactly.
But we always, when we win an award, Fearless Award or other award, it's not Arno, but the team.
Good, that's nice.
We as a team win awards. We as a team go to weddings to shoot weddings. A team. Mark is not an assistant. He's not a second shooter, but he's also a photographer. And with 4 eyes, you can see more than with 2 eyes. And if you are open-minded, Mark is open-minded, I'm open-minded, and there's no competition. And because there's no competition, there's always a lot of fun, and we always exactly know what we have to do. And the image after this is an ID from Mark. I was eating, and I was select a slideshow, and he did the setup. I only have to take the camera and took the shot and some little things fine tuning, but the 90% of that composition is from Mark. Cool. And I put it in the MagMod group, and there were more than 1,000 likes. And today he told me,
I want a raise.
Yes, Arno, you get a lot of compliments. Yeah. And I told him, I was waiting for your mail from. That's my image. But that's no. We are a team. We're doing.
I love that attitude. Genuinely, it's really, obviously we're joking about it, but it's that's the best way to be. 100%. So we just said, can we just see the image again? Oh yeah, yes we can. Here you go. Oh, that's so that. See, it's so cool. You would never have guessed, or I wouldn't anyway.
Is we put the couple here. This is the key light for the couple.
Do you find that the couples get excited when you're doing this as well? Because they're thinking, what are they up to? Like...
Yeah, this was my dentist. And I have all my teeth. So he was.
You can't do a bad job.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark just said in the comments, we work as a team. That's really good.
Too many credits. No, a lot of credits for Mark. Always. No, this groom told me, wow, Arno, you have not a 3-dimensional light, but you have a 4-dimensional brain. What you see is, that's awesome.
That's totally.
Oh, this is Mark.
Oh, good. Very joking aside as well. Very useful to have someone there who you can use, like you can stand there like for setups.
And then you get this.
Yeah, really cool.
This is the blue light for the fence. a rim light behind the couple, and a key light to lit the couple. And you get this. And push the blacks in Lightroom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, again, and I say, like, you know, you've achieved what you want in there, which is, you know, something that the couple are going to go home and put that on the wall. Because it is more what you would call art as opposed to a straightforward portrait. So you could definitely have that really big in your house. Are we? I don't want to take up more time if you've got Arno. I'm happy to carry on if you are. I just don't want to just assume that that's all right because we're at 7.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's
okay,
always,
cool. We're going to plow on. We're going to carry on, everyone.
It's like a pup, eh?
Exactly. Well, I've got water. That's the only problem.
Yeah, water.
This is one, I've seen this one before. You would never guess the behind the scenes of this one. This is Mark's. This is Mark's idea, is it, this one?
Yes, this is the masterpiece of Mark. And the bride is Kim. She's also a member of our team.
Oh, that's nice.
And for this wedding, we were very nervous.
Oh, Kim's in the comments.
You look amazing, Kim. Yes.
Also, a big thank you to Ken as well, who's put a super chat in. Thank you very much, Ken. Ken's said that he's your #1 fan.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, very kind of you, Ken. Thank you.
Oh, the comments are going fast. Yes. But we did well at Kim's wedding. And this is the setup. It was raining.
Oh, it's crazy, the difference. Crazy. It's so easy to look at that scene and think, can't do anything with that. It's raining, and forget that. But I suppose with it being Kim, you think we've got to get something good here.
Mark was in the rain and I was inside. And we put... This is a new stand. It's the new Manfrotto chair stand.
Have you got a code for that?
Yeah, also. It's an uplight. Orange gel.
Do you ever get worried about your speed lights in the rain getting damaged?
Never.
Good. Yeah. No. It's more important to get the shot.
Before Profoto, I was a Godox ambassador. And I have so many lights. So if a light goes dead, we replace it with another light. And it's we have in our bag at a wedding 6 A1Xs, 6 flashes from Profoto and a B10. So if one flashes goes dead, we have a lot. We have replacement flashes.
Yeah.
But rain is never an issue.
Yeah, no, I think rain could be a good thing. I mean, the shot that you've shown us here would be beautiful anyway, but the fact it's raining, I think makes it, really adds to it.
Yeah, otherwise this was all dark.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And we did, you see it. The only thing we have in post, you have to remove all those this high ISO image for BTS, but the original value, you see some things from the tables, and you have to do that in post.
Yeah, but exactly. But you can see like the makings of that final image in there. But again, it takes such a creative eye to see that, because I think this is probably obviously the one in Ibiza and the flowers, but this is the difference between that photograph and the the behind the scenes and the end result is so massive. You would you just wouldn't think it was the same place. It shows you just again, and there's your color wheel again, isn't it? The warm and the cold, but
yeah, we use always always the color wheel. Yeah. This is the last one. This was the last wedding of the last year, and this is a 3 light setup. And the problem of COVID is that everything is closed. So all the venues are closed. And the hotel where the couple was staying, they had told us you can shoot at the hotel.
Yeah.
So we can do the wedding shoot. And this is the location.
Oh, crazy.
And we put one speed light to the wall, to the door. Here, to the door. Speed light is behind them. We put a MagSphere on it. So it's you had a rounder circle. The Profoto is a round speed light, so you have a nice round circle from your speed light. But if you push the MagSphere on it, you have a very diffuse rounding circle for your silhouette, like this.
Yeah.
And we used the other two speed lights. We used to lit a little bit of this bar at the two locations here, like here.
Oh, that's cool.
But just a little bit. They were on the smallest,
The lowest power setting.
lowest power setting.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Nice.
Otherwise, this was all black. And for a nice composition, the rule of thirds, this is better to lit.
Oh, totally. Yeah. No, these shots always just gain so much when you see the behind the scenes. It just really is. As somebody said there, just like mind blowing stuff. Tony has just said in the comments what I think the absolute trick to this is, which is take away the light and add in the flash, and you've got total control. And that's exactly what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, I kill the ambient light.
Yeah.
I squeeze with my eyes, like this. I squeeze with my eyes.
Yeah.
To kill and then I see the opportunities in the environment. And if you kill the ambient light with an f8 or an f11 or more, and you put in a flash, you can control your final artwork with your flash and your ISO.
Yeah.
Our standard settings are always f8, 160, ISO 100. And we never use light meters. We do it like this. In the Netherlands, we call it natte vingerwerk.
Yeah, basically just trial and error.
Trial and error. And we have so much experience. So we normally with 1, 2, 3 shots, we have the final shot. But if you kill the ambient light, here, yeah, here,
yeah, exactly.
Here.
This is the trick to it.
Yeah, here a little bit, here, this not with bokeh is another technique, but all the others, if you kill the ambient light, you can create with your flashes, with your mag gels and other stuff from MagMod. You can create a lot of artwork for your clients.
Yeah. So much that just good point just to jump in here and just ask a question that someone's asked, which is, what is the proportion, Arno, of photos with light modification in relation to standard photos? So I suppose that how many photos, if you don't mind asking, answering this, like what proportion of is art, as you would call it, of these photos?
Yeah, if in the timetable, it's about if we shoot a wedding 8 hours, we use 2 hours for the portrait session, for the creative portrait session. if we deliver the photos in the 2 hours, we only have to make 5 pictures for our clients.
Yes.
We have 2 hours for 5 pictures.
Yeah.
Normally we deliver some pictures more, but our goal is 5 images, and the other 400 images is the story of the day.
Yeah.
That's other the standard, the normal pictures. But sometimes we, because we are always with 2 wedding photographers on the wedding, we switch to do something creative. So Mark take the safe shots, and I take the creative shots, and then we change the shoot throughs like that. If I'm shooting through something in the wedding location, a plant or what, Mark is doing the safe shots.
Yes. Yeah.
When I see Mark lying on the ground, Arno is doing the safe shots. We always switch, and that's very important, because when we are together lying on the floor and there's something happening, we don't see it, and then the story is gone.
Yeah.
And that's our style. Is always switching, and take enough time to take your creative or portrait shots.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it works, and it shows the value of working with someone over a long period of time as well, because you can't just like ask someone who you've not, you might have only met a couple of times, and they're not going to know that, are they? But you two clearly work together so much that
we have a good team with 5, 6 people, and we know each other. With a wink, our eyes like that, we can send them a message from go away or go down, or we don't have to communicate with.
They can do it with a look or a hand gesture.
Like this or so, like that.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, another question.
Yeah, there's one from.
Did you use any? No, I never use ND filters. No, I don't know why, but no, I have one. Even kijken. More questions.
There was one. Tony had one about, is there any challenge on converging verticals? That's what that means. Like the straight lines, like your lens will distort at the edges. Like the photograph that you showed us of the silhouette through the door, one of the things that jumped out is just how straight all the lines were, like perfect.
Yeah, when I'm shooting, I try to point my camera not like this or like that, because otherwise the lines in your image are very wide. And if you in Lightroom, you can do that with one click like that.
Yeah.
But in the corners, it's very crappy of quality from this to this. So if you do that in camera precisely, you don't have to do a lot in Lightroom. So your the quality of images in the corners is the best.
Yeah, that's good sense. Another question here: what are your white balance settings on these color shots?
Always K6000, everything.
Very similar to mine, actually. I'm about between 5.5 and 6. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I'm in a church, I shoot also at K6, and I come back and in the Lightroom, oh shit.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. That's why you want to shoot in RAW, isn't it? Because sometimes that white balance is going to be all over the place. You can't help that.
But if you shoot in Ibiza, Portugal, Netherlands, England, doesn't matter. Always between 5,500 and 6,000, and your colors are very vibrant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally agree. Again, let's just jump in and just. I was going to say, we've got a couple of questions, but I'll just want to say, for those that have joined since we last mentioned it, Arnold's ebook is free. If you want to just download that, the link is in the description. And I think you said that we sent out to everyone tomorrow, will it, Arno?
Yeah, if they
Hot off the press.
if they put the if they go to the page and they put their email in the box, I will send out tomorrow all the ebooks.
Yeah, I'll say, is it anything similar to this book that I've got here, of yours here, Arno? Is it the same sort of format?
I tried to let's show you. Wait a minute, I'm going to try something.
Just while Arnold does that, I'll just show you, like, you can. I know that this book is available on Arnold's website. I don't know if there's any hard copies left, but I know you can still get it as an ebook. But this is, again, I won't show too much because it's going to give the game away. But there's loads of like photographs like this, and then Arno shared. Sorry about this, Arno. I'm going to risk being shouted at. And then Arno shows his behind the scenes of how he's done that. So this is what he calls his recipes, and there's loads of them, loads and loads. So you get the complete behind the scenes of how he's created each shot. And again, I'm not going to give anything away. It's my favorite one again. Yeah, so it's a really, really good book. So because, you know, creativity is hard, and I think that creativity can be taught as well, but it's all about training your eye to sort of see the triggers. I've made a video on this, and then once you see them, you then think, like, it's like, you know, you see water, that means reflection. Mirror, that means reflection. The bevel of a mirror, that means it's going to give you something cool. You know, all this sort of thing. You can train yourself to see the world in a more creative way, and by using, say, Arnold's book as a start, it will then help you to start training your brain so that you'll then go off in different directions yourself. So yeah, definitely again, the link for this, the ebook version is, again, Arnold might be able to tell me now whether it's actually still available, but the electronic version of that is still available.
I've put one images of the new ebook for the
cool
viewer.
Here we go. Amazing.
It's 24 pages with 10 light recipes with a mag box and with other stuff, and on it 26 pages.
Cool. It's very kind of you to do that.
Totally free.
Thank you.
That's to party about your 30K and my 10K on Insta.
Yeah. No, this has been amazing, Arno. One thing that I was just gonna, just before we finish, unless there's anything else that you would like to say, but I remember when you did the Patreon live stream for us, you just spent a few minutes, probably just 2 minutes at the end, just talking about your philosophy when it comes to photography and life almost. And I remember it was really amazing. I thought that would be just a nice thing for you to share. Do you remember saying that? How you were saying how you creativity for you is more than just photography, isn't it? It's almost like it's a way of life, I think.
Yeah, I like to share a lot of things, and our goal is by sharing our passion and knowledge, we make the creative world and ourselves better.
Yeah.
So when you give something away, you get something back. When you give your knowledge away, you get knowledge back. And I learned from a lot of other photographers, but they also learn from me. And if we share our creativity, we make the world about creativity better and better. And there is always competition everywhere. But when you are stuck in a room and you don't share nothing, you will go on a dead end. Your creativity will end. It stops. Yeah. And I love to share. Last year I was in Las Vegas. Normally I will be there this week, but COVID changed all the whole world. So we have to wait for next year. But last year I was a speaker at the MagMod booth in Vegas, and I was very nervous because it's in English. It's not my we talk
your
in
English
Dutch
is incredible.
Yeah, but for me it's sometimes you don't know the exact word or like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and I thought at the booth from, I see my laptop with notes, but there was no laptop stand. The laptop was behind me, and the screen was behind me. And shit, I have to do everything from my head. But it went well, and after the session, Trevor and Aaron Tremblay came to me. Arno, did you see how many people there are for you? No, I was very nervous. I didn't know. I was in my we call that cocoon. They are there for you, and they after the boot speak, there were people want to take a selfie with me. They want that I sign their book and like that.
Famous.
And, that was very nice. But in this convention, you learn also from other people, other photographers.
Yeah.
And mine IDs are unique, but not all. You mix inspiration. There's a very good photographer, and I like his style, and he also is a big inspiration for me. And he is sitting behind the desk now at the other side of this computer, and that's Neil.
You're very kind, thank you.
Yeah, and I met him in Amsterdam at a 2-man, and at that workshop, everybody can see what creativity means for me and what creativity means for Neil, and also for Erica and Lenny. They also share a lot, and they get a lot of good vibes back. And if you share, you can you get you share, and you get love and creativity and other things. You get it back, and that's my meaning.
So agree.
Yeah,
clap for that. And that's what I want. That's what I always try and take as well. That I think that there's a worry amongst photographers that if you share things, or that you need to keep it all like in here. Don't tell them what you've done. Don't tell them what you've done, because they'll just steal it. It doesn't work like that, does it? It's like it's a big, like you say, it's a bigger thing that you give out good vibes, you give out inspiration, but you'll get it back. And it's exactly that's such a good lesson for us all to learn. And I've been sharing sort of everything that I do now for a long time, same as you. I mean, literally, you've got a book with everything in, showing exactly how you do stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't ever think, oh, I'm giving away all my secrets, so everyone's going to copy me. It doesn't work like that, does it? It makes you think more, and then you'll get it back. Other people will thank you, and you'll then think, right, I'm going to try and create something new, and it's just a shame when people don't have that opinion, because you're losing out. You're losing out if you don't feel like you can share things. And I hope that's what today's stream has shown, because you've held nothing back. You're showing literally everything that you do. You're showing your camera settings. You're showing your composition. You're showing how your mind works. But it's not like there's no downside to that, because you'll just go away and you'll be inspired by other people, and you'll work even harder and create new things. It's keeping you on your toes. So yeah, I really love that, your whole attitude.
Yesterday you put something in the MagMod group, a post. An hour and a half I also post something in the MagMod group for this stream, and I posted on my own timeline, and I saw a like from Mauricio Arias from Christmas Studios.
He is, for those that don't know, is ridiculous, just ridiculous how creative he is. He just sees the world through a complete different set of eyes than everybody else does.
and also Erica and Lenny, their mind is also blowing. But we teach each other and we learn from each other, and that makes photography and creative photography a bigger game, and like to do it.
Yeah, no, thank you. And again, from me and everybody who's been watching, Arno, a massive thank you for sharing so much with us. It's really appreciated.
Yeah, thank you all.
No, absolute pleasure having you on, Arno. I can't thank you enough. I love your work. I love your attitude. And it's a pleasure to have, like, as my first ever guest on a live stream. It's a pleasure for it to be you. So thank you.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you.
I will say bye to you now, Arno, if that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you so much. I'll speak to you in a second. Thank you, Arno.
Yeah,
So a massive thank you to Arno again. I just want to just to say very quickly before I finish the stream, to thank Arno, please do consider going over to his YouTube channel, subscribing to his channel, and also putting your click on the link below for his ebook that he's put together for this. So as a thank you, if you don't mind, like, clicking on that link, just popping your email address in, and you'll get all these recipes for free. And I'd really appreciate you doing that, because Arno has just spent so much time and effort sharing with us everything, about those photographs. It's an absolute pleasure to have him on, and I'm so grateful. And to everybody else who's for watching as well, thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. Thank you again, on a more personal note, for just all the support you've given me since I started my YouTube channel. It really has meant the world to me. But to grow, like, to a point now where we're talking about like 30,000 people, that's just insane. I still can't get my head around it. It's just unbelievable, because I'm just somebody who don't think I'm the best photographer in the world by any stretch. I have doubts. I think, oh, I'm no good, I'm winging it and all this. I just enjoy to share, and the fact that other people watch that stuff is pretty mind-blowing. So again, a massive thank you, because this stream was a thank you. 30,000 thank yous. So yeah, thank you again for everyone. I'm going to sign off now, but again, just one last thank you to the main man, to Arno de Bruijn, for sharing everything that he's done. I really appreciate it, and thank you again to everyone for watching the stream. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. It's been amazing. So yeah, thank you very much again, everyone. And I'll see you all soon.